Welcome to this Vinyasa flow practice in which we are going to focus a little bit more on the back. So that's why I would like you to start on your belly in a pose that is called Makarasana. It is a pranayama breathing exercise. And you're going to walk your elbows forward so you can really hang into the shoulders. And with your hands, touch the opposite elbows. So that's approximately the distance you want to have. And then you can relax your arms in front of you, or some people like to relax their forehead on their arms. So that's whatever works for you, whatever feels okay. And then the only thing you actually have to do is here to surrender into this pose, to the lower back, and become really still. There are some variations possible for your legs. You can keep them as they are right now, but some people like to point their toes to the sides. So if that is okay for you, then you just keep it like that, rolling the heels in, and again surrender. Relaxing the legs and the buttocks. And this Makarasana pose is improving your natural breath. So when the diaphragm is really tight, when the attachments of the diaphragm to the sternum, to the spine and the ribs are very tense, this is a super nice way to relax it. And then just notice where the breath is going. As there is no space to go into the belly, it will go into the lower spine. And relaxes your lower back as well. And here you can really feel that diaphragm that is dividing the torso and arranges for us to be able to breathe. It goes down on the inhalation, vacuum the air into the lungs, and in that way pushing against the lower belly. So the organs are being pushed a little bit to the belly. That's why your belly is rounding. It's not that your breath is going there, of course. And on the exhale, the diaphragm goes up, so the breath can leave the lungs. And the belly starts to flatten again. And not only improves this pose, your natural way of breathing, it makes you really calm in your mind as well. It's a very nice pose to start your day with. Set a tone for your day. Or before you go to bed, and you're still a little uptight, just a couple of minutes in this Makarasana will make a big difference. Makarasana means taming the monster, because the breath can really harm us when not used in a correct way, but it can be very powerful too. Take a deep in-breath, all to the lower spine. As you exhale, lower the chest down and relax for a moment. And bring your hands underneath the shoulders, pulling your navel, your elbow close to the ribs, and slowly push yourself away from the floor and coming on your hands and your knees. Maybe you need to pause in between, take your time. The lower back is sensitive as we have been compressing the lower back. Lower the sitting bones towards the heels if that's okay with your lower back. And just for a moment, round your spine. After this compression, feel the vertebrae of the lower back starting to kind of unfold. And maybe it feels a little sensitive in the lower back right now, but that's okay. If you protect it too much, you're going to make it weak. So it's important that you give it a little stress once in a while. And lift up your head and hover your chest all the way to the front of the mat. So we're going to come back on the belly again. Your hands underneath the shoulders. And on the in-breath, lift up the left leg and bend that leg. And we're going to twist the spine. So cross that left leg over the right. And touch the floor with your toes. When you're ready to exhale, lower the belly and the chest down. And on the in-breath, lifting up the right leg. Bend that leg and cross it all the way over the left. Touch the floor and in slow motion on the exhale, roll back down. Let's do that 2 more times. On the in-breath, lifting up the left leg, cross it over the right, touching the floor. And on the exhale, you release yourself back down on the floor. Inhale, lift up the right, twist that spine, touch the floor with your toes. Exhale to release back down on your mat. 1 more time to the right, lifting up the left leg, bend that leg, touch the floor. As you exhale, release. And again, the right leg, 1 more time, lifting it up, touch the floor, and roll back down. Tuck under your toes, press yourself up to tabletop or downward facing dog. And stretch it all out. So we have been bending back, we have been twisting the spine, and we have been rounding the spine. So I think it's ready now to go. Step the left foot in between your hands, lower the right knee down. Inhale, frontal sweep of the arms. And on the exhale, plant your hands on the lower back or the hips. And then press your hips forward, stretching the quads of the right leg and lift up the chest. So again, bending back, roll the shoulder blades a little bit more towards the spine and breathe it all in. And the exhale, push your hips back to center and then start to extend that front leg. Extending your arms behind you parallel to the floor. You need to pull in the abdominal muscles. Pull in that left thigh a little bit more into the hip socket. On the in-breath, slowly shift your weight back to center. Sweep the arms up. Open up the chest. Exhale, let's go back to that hamstring stretch. Push the hips back, keeping the hips square, extending the arms behind you. And on the inhalation, weight to center. Sweep your arms back up. And 1 more time on the exhale, push that weight more back. And extend your arms parallel to the floor behind you. Lower your hands down alongside the front foot. Left knee meets the right and come to child pose. Inhale, cobra. Hover forwards. Exhale, press up to downward facing dog. Look at your hands, step the right foot in between your hands, lowering the back knee down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, find your hips, your lower back, pushing those hips forward while you're opening up the chest. Taking the gaze up, taking a deep in-breath here. On the exhale, slowly shift your hips back to center and then a little bit back, stretching the front leg, extending the arms behind you, maybe spreading the fingers or close the fingers. All is fine as long as everything is engaged. And when you're ready to inhale, shift your weight to center and sweep the arms forward up. Exhale, push the hips back. And inhale back up. And one more time on the exhale. Push those hips back, extending the arms parallel to the floor behind you. Inhale, arms on the mat. Right knee meets the left. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, hover forward, cobra. Roll the shoulder blades to the spine. Exhale, pressing up to downward facing dog. And walking the dog if you want, bending your legs, alternating the heels. And look at your hands and step or jump in between your hands. In, lifting the torso halfway up. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale to rise, knees are slightly bent, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Weight is in the left foot. Now step the right foot back. Lower that knee down. Inhale, sweeping the arms up behind you this time. Exhale, lower the hands down. Step it back to plank, either with the knees off or on the floor, bending the arms. Inhale, rolling over the toes. Exhale, press up, downward dog. And spreading the fingers, notice how this downward dog is feeling for you. Can you find a sense of stillness, a sense of relaxation in this downward dog? Pulling in the lower abdomen, pulling it in and up. Wait for the next in-breath, and when it arrives, now look at your hands. On the exhale, step or jump in between your hands. In, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold, knees bent. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale, lifting halfway up now. Weight is in the right foot, stepping the left foot back. Lowering that back knee down, sweeping the arms backwards up on the in-breath. Exhale, hands back to the mat. And right foot meets the left to plank, maybe knees down, bend your arms close to the ribs. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press it up to downward dog. And experiment with this pose. Maybe the feet are close together, or maybe hip distance apart. Same for your hands. Some have the fingers more pointing to the sides of the mat, or some more in. Feel what is most relaxing for your body. When you breathe in, you press through the fingers, and on the exhale, step or jump in between your hands. In, lift halfway up. Exhale, bending forward, coming down. Inhale, via the crown of the head. Come all the way up, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, full forward fold. In, lifting up to a diagonal. Weight is in the left foot. Now step that right foot back without touching the mat, this time with the back knee. Inhale, sweeping the arms backwards up. Exhale, lowering the hands down, Vinyasa, plank. If you like, the knees down. Bend your arms, lower the plank. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale, press it up. Downward dog or stay in tabletop. Feel that breath. How is it doing? Is it calm? Is it long? And feel the next in-breath, pressing the sitting bones more up to the sky and back. And on the exhale, step or jump in between your hands. In, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, full forward bend. Inhale to rise. Strongly sweeping the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift the chest halfway up. Weight is in the right foot. Step the left foot back. Inhale, come all the way up, sweeping the arms backwards up. And exhale, Vinyasa. Hands are in the mat. Step the foot back. And as a plank, you lower the body down in slow motion. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, pressing up. Downward facing dog. Shake your head. Soften your face. Feel if you can soften your face even more than this. Now bring your attention to the left leg. On the in-breath, reach that left leg up behind you. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Fire up that back leg. Lift up the knee and press that heel away. Inhale, come all the way up. And as you exhale, just lift up the chest and you're going to bend back. Deep in-breath. And just like we did in the beginning, on the exhale from the center, we're going to hinge forward, extending the arms behind you parallel to the floor. Inhale, coming back up. Exhale again. Let's hinge forward. Pull in that left thigh into the hip. Inhale to rise. One more time on the exhale to lower. Extending the arms behind you. And one more time on the in-breath to rise. Exhale, hands on the inside of the foot. Bend your arms, look to the left, gecko. As you inhale, press your chest away. Circle the left arm up in line with the right. And keep that right leg strong. Activating the glutes on the right side. Another deep in-breath in this twist, pressing through the right hand. Exhale, lower the hand down, plank position. In slow motion, lowering the plank down. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, press up to downward dog. Focus on the right leg. When you are ready to inhale, extend the right leg up. Keep the hips square. Exhale, step the foot in between your hands. Back leg is strong. Inhale to rise. And as you exhale, lift up the chest. Just soften the chest and bending back in the upper back. Deep in-breath. Exhale. From your hips, you're going to hinge forward, extending your arms behind you. Inhale, coming back up. Hips stay low. Back leg is strong. And exhale again. Come forward. Arms behind you. Inhale up. Exhale one more time down. Pulling your navel. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower the hands down on the inside of the foot. Gecko. Bend your arms. Look to the right. Inhale, press your chest away. And sweep the right arm open in line with the left. And keep it light. Feel that breath going in and out. Exhale, lower your hand down. Step it back. Vinyasa. Bend your arms. Maybe the body is on the floor or off the floor. And then open up the chest. Exhale, press up to tabletop or downward facing dog. Deep in-breath through the nose. Exhale, look at your hands. Now step that left foot next to the left hand. Turn in that right heel in an angle of 45 degrees. Inhale, come on the tips of the fingers to extend that left leg, lifting the spine halfway up. Feel if the hips are square. It's very important as we are going to twist in a minute. So when you are ready, press into the soles of the feet and coming all the way up on the in-breath. Hands on the hips so you can check if the hips are really square. It's important with twisting. The left arm rested on the lower back. Inhale, right arm up. I'm going to do this in slow motion, slowly shifting forward, keeping the weight in both feet. So you're probably going to need to push that left hip a little more back. Follow the right hand and let it land either on the inside or the outside of the foot or on your leg. And then slowly start to twist that chest open. Maybe taking the gaze up. Try to relax in this pose. The longer we are staying here, the more you will have to relax the parts of the body that you do not need now. Exhale, look down. Lower the left hand down. Turning the toes of the back foot to the side of the mat. And let's retreat for a moment, stretching the inside of that left leg. And letting go of the back of that leg, which we have been targeting a lot. Then walk your hands back forwards, hands on either side of the front foot. And make that right leg strong, lower the hips down. On the in-breath, extend the left arm in front of you and flip the hand palm. On the exhale, widely sweep that arm behind you, the far it is willing to go. Exhale, circle it back. Inhale, widely circle it behind you. Exhale, circle it back. And one more time. Inhale. Circle it back as far as it can go, opening up the chest. Exhale, lower the hand down. Vinyasa. If you're skipping this Vinyasa, we're going to meet in a downward dog. Bending the arms. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, press up, downward dog. So now we're going to step the right foot next to the right hand, turning in the left heel and making sure that the hips are in line. So slowly you rise, landing your hands on your hips so you can check if they are square. Legs are long. Right arm is on the lower back. When you're ready to inhale, circle the left arm forward, up. And on the exhale, in slow motion, we're going to come forwards. Feel how you're engaging the abdomen. Lower the left hand down on the inside or the outside of the foot or on your leg. And now twist that shoulder, twist that torso, a little bit open. You probably need to push that right hip more back. The more square your hips are, the easier for the spine it is to twist. So take advantage of that. Now look down. Relax the right arm down on the inside of the foot, turning the toes of the back foot to the side of the mat so we can retreat. Relax that right leg for a moment, causing a little stretch on the inside of the leg, but maybe you want to shake it a bit. Start to walk your hands forwards alongside the front foot, firing up that back leg again. Hips are low. Bend your arms. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, press up to downward dog. Now step the right foot back in between your hands, lowering the hips down like you're in a plank position. Lift up the right leg, flip the palm open. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, circle it back. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, widely circle the arm behind you. Inhale, circle it back. One more time on the exhale, as wide as it can go. Opening up the chest muscles. Exhale, release the hand down, press up to downward dog. And walk your dog. And shake your head. Press into the fingers. Now walk your hands to the center of the mat. Take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. On the exhale, step your feet to the outside of the hands. Lowering the hips down. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, plant your hands in front of the chest. Inhale, lengthen the spine more. Press the elbows into the knees. And exhale. Inhale, extend the left arm up and the right arm down. Take the gaze up to the left arm. Breathing in. Out, hands back in front of the chest. Exhale. Open up to the other sides. Breathing in. Exhale, hands in front of the chest. Now lift up those sitting bones. Walk your feet back, hip distance apart. Grab your shins, your ankles, or your big toes with the peace fingers. As you inhale, lift your torso halfway up. Exhale, fold. And let your elbows point to the sides. Maybe the knees are slightly back when you feel a lot in the back. Neck is long, your head is heavy. And on the in-breath, you feel the ribs expand. And on the exhale, feel if you can lengthen a little bit more from that area. Then start to lower your hips down like you want to take a seat. Lifting the arms halfway up on the inhale, extending them forward. Exhale, come all the way up. Gonna do eagle pose, so come to the side of the mat. Lift the arms halfway up, taking a deep in-breath. And on the exhale, cross the right arm under the left arm. Maybe this is where you stay, or maybe the backs of the hands or the palms can touch. Lift up the elbows just a bit and soften the shoulders down. Now bend your knees like you want to take a seat. And then shift the weight into the right foot. And now lifting up that left leg and crossing it over the right. And maybe with that left toe you want to touch the mat, or maybe you can hook the toes behind that right calf. Keeping the spine long. Look at a point that's not moving. Keep on breathing. So we keep the knees bent, but on the in-breath we're going to lift up that left leg, uncross it. Exhale, releasing the arms and full forward fold. Inhale, lift the spine halfway up. Exhale, lower the hips down like you want to take a seat. Inhale, lift the arms forward up, parallel to the floor. Exhale, press up to standing, arms to the sides. Take a deep in-breath. Exhale, cross the left arm under the right arm. Lift the elbows a bit up and soften the shoulders down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hips down. And now we're going to shift the weight into the left foot, crossing the right leg over the left. Maybe hooking the toes behind the left calf. Or you can touch the mats with your toes. Feel that length of the spine, that deep inhale breath. And on the exhale, see if you can soften a bit here. Now keep your knees bent, and when you inhale, you lift up the right leg. Step it next to the left. Exhale, release, uncross your arms, full forward fold. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, come back to the front of the mat, Vinyasa. Step it back to plank, a very strong plank. Now lower the plank down, bend your arms. Inhale, roll over the toes. Exhale, press up to downward dog. Stretching it all out. Now lower your knees down to the mats. Keep the toes tucked under and put the shoulders above the hips. Make a stable foundation so the knees are underneath the hips, or maybe a little bit wider than that. We're then going to do camel pose. So your hands are going to be on your hips. We're going to do several options. On the in-breath, lift up the shoulders. Exhale, roll them back. So you're already opening up the chest. Start to engage the buttocks. The only thing you have to do here is to push your hips a little bit forward. Keep the length in the spine, and automatically you are bending back. This is option 1. Careful with the neck. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just keep the head more up. And let's release. Slowly come back up. Maybe the tops of the feet on the mat, lowering the sitting bones down. Maybe a child pose in between. And if you are in this child pose, keep those abdominal muscles engaged. Don't surrender fully. Okay, let's do this again. Or maybe you want to do another option if you can take it a little bit further. So come back on your knees, stacking the hip joints above the knee joints and the shoulder joints above the hip joints. Tuck under the toes. Or if you feel you don't need that, you can put the top of the feet on the floor. So your choice. Hands are back on the hips. On the in-breath, lift up the chest, pressing those buttocks a little bit forwards. And maybe you want to reach with that right hand for the right heel. And maybe you want to try the same with the left. Stay focused on the front of the body. You can let go of the head. Really nice. Engaging the buttocks. Lengthening the quads. Deep in-breath. And very carefully pull the navel in and coming back. Chin to the chest. Take your time to do a counter pose like child pose. Or if you rather stay on your hands and your knees, if the back feels that sensitive, you just stay there. Now spread the knees a little wider apart and the big toes stay together. And take that right arm under the left arm and maybe you want to walk your torso more to the left as well. See if you can relax that back of the right shoulder on the mat. If not, maybe you can use a blanket to elevate the floor, resting your head somewhere on the mat. And the left arm is going to relax on your back. Maybe you can grab that right thigh. And release for a moment. Releasing the shoulder, the upper body, but keep that abdominal muscles engaged. Feel the stretch of the skin, of the back of the shoulder. Now press that left hand back under the left shoulder into the mat. Push yourself up so you can do the other side. Taking the left arm under the right. And find a nice spot for your shoulder to rest on. Nice place for your head. And you really should feel the back of that shoulder. Relax the right arm on your back. Maybe you can get a hold of the left thigh. And feel how you are pulling that arm out of the shoulder socket. Stimulating the tissues around that shoulder. And press the right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Push yourself away from the mat. And come to a seated position to the side of the mat. The soles of the feet are touching. Now flip that right leg behind you. On the in-breath, press into the tips of the fingers and feel how you are sitting here. Some people like to keep the heels close to the pelvis, but you can also walk them further away. Now rotate your chest to the left leg and take a deep in-breath here. And on the exhale, fold over that leg. Maybe staying on the palms of your hands, or maybe you can fully relax here. The right hip is internally rotating and the left hip is externally rotating. Maybe you feel space that you can walk your torso even more to the left. See how far you can go without creating any tension. Just a nice stretch of the tissues around that right hip, the lower back, the right side of your torso. And let's walk your torso back to center and then push yourself up. Hands in front of the chest. Maybe now you want to take your feet a little closer in though. We're going to lift up the back foot if that's possible. So press the hands firmly together. If you do that, you're engaging your core immediately. See on the inhalation, maybe it's not going to happen, but then just imagine you're doing it. Lifting up that right leg, that back leg. Just a bit. Exhale to release. It doesn't have to be that much. Inhale, lift it up. It's a very unusual movement. And release. Inhale again up. Exhale down. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. In up. And down. In up. I think there's one more to go. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Now swing that right leg back forward. Let the soles of the feet touch so we can create a neutral pelvis here. And then flip that left leg back. Take a moment here, because we're asymmetrical, that maybe you need to take the heels more in now, or maybe you can walk them further away. When you press into the tips of the fingers, you can lengthen the spine a little bit more, and then twist to the right and fold over that left leg. And when you are there, maybe you notice you can walk your torso more to the right. Follow that breath. And the core is still active. And then walk back to center and press yourself back up. Take the feet a little closer into the pelvis, pressing the hands firmly together. Inhale, lift up that back leg if possible. Exhale to release. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale down. Inhale up. 2 more times. And even though it's not coming off the floor, if you just engage those muscles, then you're doing enough. And down. And release. Sweep that left leg back and come back on your belly, your chest. Put that right arm on your back. Bend that arm. Extend the left arm forward. So on the in-breath, lift up the left arm and the right leg. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift it up. Maybe the chest a little up. Exhale down. Inhale again up. Exhale to lower. Inhale a little more up. Exhale down. Let's do this 3 more times. On the in-breath up. Exhale to release. 2 more times. In up. Exhale down. 1 more. In up. Exhale down. Let's change. Left arm on the back, extending the right arm forward. On the inhale, left leg up. Right arm. Exhale down. In up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale to release 3 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up a little more. Exhale down. 1 more time. In up. Exhale to release. Hands underneath the shoulders, elbows close to the rib, and press it back up to downward facing dog. Walking the dog. Feel that breath. Now see if we can come to a seated position while we step the left foot in between your hands. And bend that right knee and extending it forward. See if you can take a seat from here. And release. Pulling the knee into the belly while you slowly roll yourself down. And let go of that leg. Hands behind your head. Extend that left leg up. Inhale, lift up the shoulders away from the floor. The right hand is going to cross over to touch that left leg or foot. Exhale, release. Inhale, up and twist. Exhale, down. In, up and twist. Exhale to release. In, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up and twist. Touch that leg or foot. Exhale to release. In, back up. Exhale down. And up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale up. Reach for the foot and stay here for 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bend that left leg. Grab the outer side of the knee and take that bended leg all the way to the right. So you're actually turning on the side of the right hip. Relax the left arm to the side. Turn your head to the left. If you feel like extending that left leg too, feel free. And the left shoulder is away from the mat, that's fine. Or maybe your spine is so flexible in twisting that it can touch the floor too. But no need to. And slowly roll the lower back on the mats. Arms alongside your body, lifting up both legs, cross your ankles. Now grab the outer edges of your feet and roll yourself a little forward from your hips to the shoulders. And from there, we're going to do a Vinyasa. Roll yourself up. Press your hands into the mat. Step or jump it back. Bend your arms. Lower your length down. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Dog. Exhale, pressing up to Downward Dog. So we're going to take a seat again. From here, step the right foot in between your hands. Pulling that left knee. Extending it forward while you're lowering your hips down. Grabbing the right bended leg. And roll your spine on the mat. Extending the right leg up. Hands behind your head. On the in-breath, lift up the chest and twist. With the left hand, you're going to touch the right leg and roll it back on the exhale. Inhale up. Touch your leg or your foot on the outside. Exhale, release. Inhale up and twist. Exhale, roll it back down. Inhale up. Flex your feet. Exhale, release. 3 more times. In, up, and twist. Exhale to neutral. Roll down. Inhale up and twist. Exhale down. Inhale up. And there we're going to stay. For 10. For 9. For 8. 7. A little higher. 6. 5. 4. 3, 2, 1. Release. Grab the outer side of that right knee with the left hand and take it all the way to the left. So we're going to turn again on the side of the left hip. Relaxing the right arm to the side. If you feel like extending that right leg too, then please do so. Relax, release in this twist. Notice where you feel it the most. And we're going to do one more back bend before we go to Shavasana. So roll your back on the mat. We're going to do bridge or we're going to do wheel. Let's start with wheel. So bend your legs, walk your feet close to the sitting bones. With the fingertips, touch your heels and then walk your shoulders a little more underneath your chest. When you imagine a block in between your thighs and that you want to keep that block there, when you inhale, you slowly start to lift up your hips and push them in the direction of the knees. So we're not lifting up the hips higher than the knees. That's not okay for the SI joint. Maybe this is where you are going to stay, or maybe you can put your hands underneath the hips. So you can rest your hips on your hands. And carefully roll the spine vertebrae by vertebrae down. So maybe you want to repeat this one. Maybe you want to do wheel. Then you plant your hands next to your face with the fingertips pointing towards the shoulders. On the in-breath, not only lifting up the hips, but also the shoulders. Maybe taking a break on the top of the head. And then press back up. And remember that block in between your thighs. Focus on the front of the body. Take a deep in-breath here. Exhale, carefully roll yourself down. Very slow. Take your knees into the chest. And sway a little from side to side. And lift up your head, your shoulders a bit, making yourself small. Lifting up the lower back away from the floor. Take a deep in-breath. And the exhale release. And let's come to Shavasana. Relax your arms to the side or in whatever position you can relax. Maybe something underneath the thighs if the back is sensitive. And let the body fully surrender. There's no need to hold things together anymore. Allow the body to become heavier and heavier. Notice as the body is relaxing more and more, we tend to lose the identity we have created with this body. And you really feel how you are being carried, how you are being supported by the earth. And slowly return back to this place. Take a deep in-breath through the nose. Feel the belly rounding. And as you exhale, feel your body again as it lies here on the mat, on the floor. Connect with your body, move your toes, your fingers. If you'd like to circle the ankles or your wrist, then you can do so. And then give yourself a full body stretch. Stretch it all out. And take another deep in-breath. And engage every muscle in the body. And as you exhale, you release. And bend your knees. And sway a little from side to side. Turn on the right side of your body. Stay for another moment there. And feel how your body is fully relaxed. The breath is calm. The mind is at ease. And help yourself up to a seated position. And close your eyes. And feel how you are sitting here. Feel the weight of your body on your sitting bones. And then visualize your spine. And the quality of bending back is that it creates a lot of trust, a lot of energy. Gives us trust to open up for whatever we encounter. Maybe that's what you're feeling right now. And make your next inhale a little bit longer. Follow it all the way down. And on the exhale, feel it moving up while you are sitting here, grounded, focused, calm at the same time. And open your eyes. On the inhale, circle the arms sideways up until the palms touch. As you exhale, touch your forehead, touch your heart, touch your belly. Namaste. Thank you for joining.